Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the What's Up podcast on the Ultimate Sports Network. We will get to the Pittsburgh Steelers in a minute because it could take a while after that pitiful performance. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. There was one great Thanksgiving Day game, and that was the Raiders and Cowboys. We started off our day with the Bears and Lions. Not a great start. Andy Dalton was the star of the day for the Bears. At 317 yards, actually played fairly well, brought the team down to kick a field goal late to beat the Lions. Jared Goff actually had a reasonable day, 21 for 25, only 171 yards, 2 touchdowns, and played fairly well. Lions just have no personnel whatsoever. Bears win, and that's pretty much it. It was a pretty sad game to start the day. We got into it, though, when we went to Dallas in the second game of Thanksgiving. Raiders came out with a victory, 36-33 in overtime. This was a great game, a lot of fun, very entertaining. Derek Carr played well, had 373 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Josh Jacobs actually ran the ball 22 times and had some big runs, had 87 yards and a touchdown, controlled the clock pretty well. The Raiders had the ball for 39 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. Cowboys, not so much. They had no answer to Hunter Renfrow either, had 134 yards. Dak played, had a lot of yards again, 375 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. But again, they got away from their identity. Tony Pollard carried the ball 10 times and Zeke carried it 9. That's not what the Cowboys want to do. They had like 70 yards rushing total, not a good thing for them. So they go down. They're 7-4 now. We'll get to them again when we talk about this coming week's games. The late game on Thanksgiving was the Bills and the Saints. The Bills actually decided to come and play a football game. They beat up the hapless Saints. The Saints have nothing going on. No Kamara, no quarterback, no Michael Thomas, no nothing. Their defense is tired. They just got pounded, 31-6. Josh Allen really was the only star on Buffalo. Their offensive flow is horrible, but he's the only physical guy in their team, and he got them the victory. Trevor Siemian played again. It looks like Mr. Taysom Hill will be coming in this week to try and right the ship. So the Bills got a much-needed win. They're now a game in back of the Patriots. Falcons and Jags. Matt Ryan played pretty well, 21-14 over the Jags. Cordell Patterson actually had a reasonable game again. He's kind of resurrected his career this year. Had 108 yards rushing and a couple catches for 27 yards. And he's kind of like their Swiss Army knife, doing what he can. Trevor Lawrence had 228 yards, touchdown and pick. Jacksonville just doesn't have any weapons. Lawrence is getting his feet wet and just trying to pretty much feel his way through this year and get a grip on what it means to be an NFL quarterback. We had the mighty Jets going down to play the Texans. 21-14, they came out with a victory. Zach Wilson had 145 yards, just 145 yards. No touchdowns and a pick. Did have a rushing touchdown. They got the win. I don't know how, but they did. Tyrod Taylor, another, this is just a ridiculous game. 158 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. It is what it is. These teams, there's going to be a lot of horrible games coming up now, just because there's so many bad teams and so many teams are out of it. The Tennessee Titans went up